What's good, everybody? It is Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. Welcome in to the Early Edge, your daily sports betting brand of record. We are powered, as always, by the almighty SportsLine, the best value in all sports betting, and it is not close. What do we always say here at the brand? Just trying to win more than we lose, and we continue to do it day after day after day. Another solid day at the brand. 8-4. How close to a fantastic day was it? Minnesota, Wisconsin finished at 123. The Wizards within the number the entire game until the last 90 seconds. So really, really close to great, but we'll take solid as good. A reminder, a little housekeeping. We have a brand new show starting underneath the Early Edge umbrella today. Our brand new PGA Tour weekly show, 3 p.m. Eastern time, every single Wednesday. Yours truly, Sia Najad and Patrick McDonald, as well as several others that will join us throughout the year as we continue to grow our golf brand underneath the Early Edge brand. And by the way, our mega NFL preview that we postponed yesterday, just to kind of see what information has come out. As of right now, no information has come out. So we're waiting to see what the NFL is going to do with the postponed game and then also with the tiebreakers, with the seeding. There's a lot of decisions that have to be made. We're just waiting to see what the NFL says, and then we will do our show scheduled for Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern time. With that being said, let's bring in the stars of the show. And we've got a full slate this morning, a little soccer, a little golf, a little hoops. We've got it all. First and foremost, live from Nashville, Tennessee, the penthouse level. Mikey, golf is back. Good morning.
Good morning. Yes, golf is back. A very fun tournament to start it off. I love when we have these events that are star-studded fields, no-cut events, just a lot of fun to follow. Great way to get back into the flow. Got a pick for you on the show today.
Last year, minus 34 won this event. So you want some birdies? You want some scores? This is the week in Hawaii. Next, opposite of Hawaii, in Europe, one of our favorite leagues is back up and running. Serie A. That means our man Buckets is here. Buckets, good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. It is great to be here. We now have 4 of the 5 big leagues in Europe back. We are only waiting on the German Bundesliga, which we still have to wait 2 more weeks for, but it's nice to have Serie A back as well.
Are you having a little FOMO from Bundesliga being off for so long?
A little bit. I always forget they always take longer to come back for some reason. It happens every year, and I'm never ready for it.
It's my favorite league, just goals upon goals upon goals. Finally, he is our OG and can't wait to see what he thinks about Week 18 in the NFL. He is the maestro, Larry Hartstein. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Coach. Good morning, Buckets. Good morning, Mikey. Right now, all thoughts and hopes continue to be with DeMar Hamlin as we're all hoping for a recovery. And that's really all I got right now.
Yeah, it's a tough 48 hours. And at some point, but I tell you, one of the good things that has come out of this, over $5 million put to his charity, buying toys for kids. So at least that has been a positive, but hopefully he gets out of critical condition very, very soon. All right, let's get into our show for the day. Storylines that could affect the betting lines. And Mikey, there are 12 big games tonight in the association. But as we know, not everybody plays every single game. The injury report is so important. Start us off.
Yeah, so many games here. Very interesting rest and travel situations. We're going to hit those first. For the Milwaukee Bucks, this is the second night of a back-to-back on the road, which is also their third 4 days. Drew Holiday's been dealing with an illness. He played very limited minutes last night. He's listed questionable. So is Giannis. So is George Hill. The Kings, second night of a back-to-back, also third game in 4 days. Watch that one. And then Oklahoma City, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did not play last night. This is interesting here because it is the second night of a back-to-back with travel for them as they're on the road at Atlanta or on the road in Orlando. Orlando is the most rested team in the NBA right now, coming in on 3 days rest and playing on their home court. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, Darius Garland doubtful once again. That should pave the way for massive usage for Donovan Mitchell. Evan Mobley listed questionable, potentially going to return here tonight. For Charlotte, Gordon Hayward injured once again, doubtful in this game. For the Knicks, Derrick Rose questionable, Obi Toppin doubtful. Already mentioned the Bucks with Giannis and Drew both on the injury something to monitor there. For the Lakers, LeBron James, Lonnie Walker, both listed questionable, expecting LeBron to go at home at this point, but always something to monitor throughout the day. And then for the Heat, they've got everybody on the injury report again. I expect them to all play outside of Duncan Robinson, who is pretty questionable at this point, but Hero, Martin, all those guys look to be in at this point.
That's a lot of questionables. I encourage you around 5:30 or so. There are different websites out there that give the starting lineups. I encourage you to look at those because when the Lakers play with LeBron, they're an over team. When they don't, they're just a team. Oklahoma City scored 150 last night. They got to fly from Oklahoma all the way to Orlando. Pay attention to the starting lineups. Mikey, thank you very much. Now, the new year is in the rear view mirror. That means conference season is upon us. That means college basketball is now taking a full-fledged view right in front of us. And tonight, one of those old-school Big East showdowns. What do we got, Maestro?
Yeah, this rivalry used to mean something when you had Nova against Georgetown. Do you remember when Georgetown made that run to the Big East title in 2021 in the tournament, that surprising run? They have not won a Big East game since. That's 23 straight conference losses. And do you know, why does Patrick Ewing still have a job? That's what a lot of people want to know, because obviously his predecessor did not get that kind of rope to continue to be the coach. Well, the president of Georgetown is pretty tight with Patrick Ewing and gave him a contract extension, a 3-year extension after that surprising run. So the buyout right now is too high. Most people think at the end of the year he'll be done, but it's still going to be an $11 million buyout. All of that said, Georgetown is just getting obliterated. You know, Butler lost 3 Big East games by 20 points apiece. They played Georgetown, and they won at Georgetown by 29. This game, again, is at Capital One Arena, which is not on campus. Nobody's going to the games. They're literally giving tickets away. The Washington Post had an article. They give tickets away, and they still can't get people to go see Georgetown. This line is up from 8.5 to 9.5. This is not a good Villanova team. They still don't have Justin Moore, but I still think the only way to look is to lay the points.
Oh, man, I tell you what, how many times have we seen it where a school will hire one of their former stars and it just doesn't work? Chris Mullen at St. John's, you had this. I mean, you can just name them, boom, 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 boom. It just doesn't work, and then they stay too long because of the loyalty from the school to the star player. Great storyline, Maestro. Appreciate that. Now, as we mentioned on Paramount Plus today, Synergy Serie A is back, and we love this league. And I tell you what, they've kind of put the schedule together, Buckets, to put the 2 best teams playing late into the day, or the 2 most exciting. Educate me.
That they have. And Serie A is kind of bizarre in how they come back from a World Cup break. In the EPL and La Liga, they kind of sprinkle the games in throughout the week. You've got 2 games on Monday, 2 on Tuesday, and they kind of ease back into it. Italy just says, screw it. All 20 teams will play the very first day back, and it is absolutely incredible. All teams have already started, or most of the teams have already started playing, and we've already seen goals, penalties, upsets, and of course, the almighty VAR running rampant through this league. You can catch the drama and the live games every single week on Paramount Plus, as you mentioned, Coach, with that synergy. But at 2:45 this afternoon, the reason you really want Paramount Plus is for the game between Napoli and Inter Milan. It is the 2 best attacking teams, not only in Italy, but maybe in the world right now, as these teams have so much depth and so much versatility and so much pace in how they play. It'll be absolute fireworks this afternoon. And I've got a pick for us on that game later on in the show.
You're damn right you do. For those people that don't follow my man Buckets on Twitter, I tell you every single day he's on to follow him on Twitter. Hey, Buckets, last night you posted a few Twitter plays. Have any of them hit yet today?
Yeah, we cashed a ticket at 6:30 this morning. So we say it all the time. These games are 24 hours. You always got to keep an eye out.
Follow my man on Twitter. He gives out picks all the time. Let's go. All right, let's get into our board for the day. And if you're not a SportsLine member yet, come on, it's 2023. Let's go. The water's warm. But I'm going to do you a solid. Use a promo code EARLY, and I'll give you 30 days for free. Right now, you can check out the national championship in college football, NFL playoffs, NBA, hockey, soccer, all for free, $0. And we got one play from SportsLine today. The Pistons are terrible. The Warriors, we told you the other night because we cashed with them. I cashed with them. They're playing better at home. They're playing better without Steph Curry. They're learning how to play without Steph Curry. Still going to be out for a couple more weeks. We're going to lay the points late tonight, -6.5, 10 p.m. Eastern start there. All right, now we mentioned Serie A, already up and going. Right now there's a game on Paramount Plus as we speak. So, Buckets, I got to put you first because we have plays that are going to start in just the next couple of hours. You're up.
I'm going to do my best to get through these because I have a lot of plays for us here this afternoon. We're going to be starting with a matchup between Fiorentina and AC Monza. This takes place at 12:30 Eastern, so get these bets in quickly. The World Cup break came at the perfect time for Fiorentina. They were riddled with injuries. Everyone was tired. Everyone was exhausted. And they got 2 months to just sit and rest. And that is just what they needed because in their last 3 friendlies, they scored over 16 goals in those 3 games. This team is hungry and they are ready to win at home once more. Meanwhile, AC Monza did nothing but pick up injuries during the World Cup break. Take Fiorentina over 1.5 goals team total at -125. Then going straight into game 2, we've got US Cremonese versus Juventus. Don't overthink this. In my notes, I literally just have Cremonese bad, Juventus good. This is a line that almost seems like a trap because we're getting such good value, but Juventus is in perfect form right now. They have 5 straight wins in league play. They are currently 3rd on the table and know they have to keep winning to maintain their top 4 spots for the Champions League. Meanwhile, Cremonese hasn't won a game yet. They are dead last. This team does nothing but lose and concede goals. Don't overthink it. Don't do anything crazy. Take Juve money line. Then for my third pick here, we're going with Inter Milan and Napoli, that absolute incredible game this afternoon at 2:45. And this is a tricky one because these are the best 2 teams in Italy by far right now. But Napoli hasn't lost yet and Inter Milan hasn't drawn yet. So Inter's this type of team that they say we are winning or we are losing. We're just going to go for goals no matter what. My favorite bet here is both teams to score, but that's sitting at -200. It's a bit too much juice for my liking, so I'm same game parlaying that with over 2.5 goals to bring that down to -125. We should see a ton of goals in this match.
So you're saying the juice is not worth the squeeze on that one then, perhaps. Now, I wonder if you have like a sixth sense. Don't look off screen because I'm getting ready to give you credit. Don't look at the game. I know what you're doing. Don't do that. Don't do that. As you were giving out the picks, one of your Twitter picks is Atalanta over 1.5 goals, correct?
Correct.
They literally scored while you were talking. Now, we do need another goal, but we got 15 minutes to do it. That's how good you are. It's crazy. All right, it's time for not my 2 picks, and I've been loving the NBA lately. Caddy Daddy, I see you in the chat. Me and you are thinking a lot alike today because the Suns, they've been terrible. They just got blown out 2 nights ago by a game that I picked correctly. The Knicks, everybody said, oh, coach, you're crazy. Yeah, they beat them by 30. And they're going to lose big again tonight. The Cavs are feeling that momentum from Donovan Mitchell scoring 70 the other night. And they're only laying 4.5 at home tonight. Suns has been on the road. They're going to be tired. I love this play. Then my other play, Pacers. They've been playing with pace. What did I tell you the other night? We cast the Pacers. They went over just like I told you. And tonight they're going to a new over team, as I like to call them, the Sixers. So over 231.5, -110, Pacers, Sixers, lock it in. All right. And we told you, the Century Tournament of Champions is starting tomorrow. It's a brand new schedule. You got all these elevated events, 17 to be exact, which means, Mikey, that all of the top players are going to be playing together many, many times. I'm here for it. And there was a gentleman last year that broke out in a major way, and you like him this week.
I do. That would be Tony Finau, one of the hottest golfers on the planet. You mentioned a huge breakout. Look, I like the spot for him. I found a great value bet. It's going to be a top 10 finish at +105. Currently available over on DraftKings right now. This is just a strict value play for me. When you see this number at +105, that implies 48%. In our simulations, which are posted over on SportsLine, I have them finishing in the top 10 55% of the time, 7% edge here. That means the line should be -122. I love the value when you can get +105 instead of -122. But looking at Tony Finau and this exact event, you mentioned last year, what was it, -30 something to win the event? Mm-hmm. You need someone who can participate in a birdie fest and go low. That is exactly what Tony Finau offers. He leads this field in pretty much every strokes gained category over the 48 rounds of golf. That's typically the sample size we're looking for when we're talking about looking at recent results, looking about 48 rounds. He's leading in essentially every strokes gained metric, including strokes gained putting, which is very interesting and very important when you're playing in a birdie fest like this. So give me some Tony Finau. And if you want to see the rest of the simulations, they are up on SportsLine. I've got them in percentages. I've got them converted to American odds, where you can simply compare the odds to what is being offered at your sportsbook, all up there on the site.
And all of it's for one very, very low price. We don't charge you individually for sports. We don't charge you individually for cappers. You get it all. We believe in quantity and great freaking content. By the way, the one little nugget you need to know at home, Tony only has to beat 29 other golfers. This isn't a full field. This is only 39 players. And you're getting it plus 105. Unbelievable value for Tony Finau this week. Mikey, thank you very much. By the way, Zach says, I love it when Mikey's on the early edge. So do we. All right. Now, I've gone. Buckets is gone. Mikey is gone. I got to tell you, Maestro, I really like the fact that you're diving into a team that until the last couple of weeks, I didn't know how good they are this year. But, man, they're playing really good basketball, and you're on them tonight. Who am I talking about?
You're talking about Jim Larinaga and the Miami Hurricanes, who have won 9 straight by an average of 10.7 points per game. They've won 7 straight ACC road games. They're shooting over 48%, which is best in the ACC. They've taken down Virginia. They just won at Notre Dame by 11. Tonight, they're at Georgia Tech. This is painful for me. I used to cover Georgia Tech on a daily basis, like a lot of people associated with that program. But Josh Pastner, since winning that ACC tournament, we talked about Georgetown, what they've done since they won the Big East tournament. Georgia Tech had a surprise win of the ACC tournament in 2021. They're 5-18 in the conference since then, 0-3 this season. They have 1 double-digit scorer in Miles Kelly, talking about a Miami team that has 4 double-digit scorers led by Isaiah Wong. I just think this team continually underrated. The Miami Hurricanes went to the Elite Eight last year, could do it again. I'll lay the 6 in Atlanta.
Oh, I love that play tonight. A full slate of college basketball, and I encourage you to go to SportsLine, look at all the simulations, look at the reasons. There's picks there as well. We've got it all right there at SportsLine. So it's that time of the show. Grab your paper, grab your pencil. Here is the recap, courtesy of the Snake on the 1s and the 2s, the Maestro. He just told you he's on Miami Hurricanes tonight, college hoops, -6. Then Mikey, we're ready for the Century Tournament of Champions. Don't forget about our brand new 3 p.m. Eastern golf show today, but we've got golf picks from everybody. Eric is going to be on Early Edge at 5 with golf. Mikey this morning. Then Buckets, Fiorentina, team total over 1.5. Juventus, Moneyline, Inter Milan, Napoli. Both teams are scoring over 2.5 goals. Really smart way to bring that number down. Both teams of scores around -200. If you just want to play that one straight, you can there. Then, if you're going to cash with me, let's do it with these 2 games. Cavs -4.5 over the Suns in Cleveland. Then the Pacers, 76ers over 231.5. Then one play from SportsLine itself. The Warriors starting to play really good basketball. The Pistons stink. -6.5 will lay those points. All right, 2 more shows today. 4 p.m. Eastern time for Early Edge and 5, 3 p.m. Eastern time for PGA Tour and our new golf show with Patrick McDonald and Sia Najad. In the meantime, there's only one thing left to do, and I believe you all know what that is. Let's have a great day. You've got your marching orders. Let's take all of these tickets straight to the pay window. My entire crew, love them all. M Square, Maestro, Bucket, Snake, I am the coach. Tell all your friends, let's get this as big as we can make it early in the year. It's time to grind. Holidays are behind us, and we're ready to go right here at the Early Edge. Good luck.